Hello and welcome back to Take Refuge 3D with me, Peter. And I was fully in my comfort zone last year when I downloaded Plasticity. I'd been using Blender and ZBrush for years and totally happy with those two softwares, to be honest. So when I downloaded Plasticity, I thought it was going to be one of those softwares that I download and forget that I installed and never use again. However, it turned out to be one of the best decisions I made of last year, and let's take a look at why that is. We've got this model of this fan, and if we just turn our edges off, you'll see that it is a fairly decent hard surface model with lots of little nooks and crannies and details like this pipe and things like that, cable. And it was all put together reasonably quickly in a way that I wouldn't have been able to do it as quickly in Blender. So let's just start a new file and we'll have a look at what we can do in Plasticity. Let's say I just want to make a cylinder, okay, and we make that, and this stuff obviously you can do in Poly software, and then we can bring that out like that. Let's just say that we want to cut into it. Okay, so much like the knife tool in Blender, you can use a curve, okay, and then we can just totally press the C button and cut that out. Now that behavior in a poly modeling software would not fly. So that is one thing that's really cool. Let's just turn our edges back on. We want to keep going, so we'll go into top view, we'll make another cut, we'll cut down the middle, and we'll just work on one side, so mirroring basically. Okay, let's just get some little details in here quickly. So we can just quickly do a loop cut, or we can even do Control R just like in Blender, tab, hold shift to do multiple. Okay, so we'll do 3. So we've got 3 panels, and we might need to do one at a time. Sometimes that is the case. Okay, sometimes they don't play nice, but still you can see that we're working very quickly, and this one here is the problem, and I don't know why. Look, you can problem solve these things. For this tutorial, I'm not going to do that. And then very quickly, we can come in and we can make a rounded chamfer like that. Okay, and if we forgot to do it on all of our things, we can make another rounded chamfer, but we want it to match that one. We can just click that and it matches. Boom. Okay, so now we've got a detailed hard surface object of some sort of notes. We can also do the same here. Okay, and as you can see, we're building up these secondary details very quickly. Okay, and then we can mirror it over again and just press Q to join it together. We've got our object back, but what we'll do is we'll quickly, I don't know, let's just get a center circle. Okay, bring it in here and extrude it out, pressing B to make it a new body just in case it wants to boolean. Now you see that's made a sheet rather than a solid, but you can just press Alt F and you've got a solid, so you can go from plane to solid quite quickly. And then we can just I don't know, so we'll take all of these faces here and we'll rotate them. Okay, and then what we can do, we can make a chamfer like this, and then what happens is that will acknowledge that curve and the chamfer will go all the way around. So we've worked really quickly. So if we didn't have that chamfer there, it will acknowledge the hard edge and you can make that. Or if it has got the chamfer there, sorry, the fillet rather, it will acknowledge that that's there. Everything's trial and error, and you can see I built this up really quickly. Let's just pull this out a bit fatter. Let's give it some, you can press Alt Z to go into X-ray mode, so we can choose this face and we can make this smaller so that our shape is kind of coming out of there in a funny way. And then we're like, oh, okay, we want this face to match that one. So I believe if we just press this and then we can choose our match face down here, we can pull that out like that. Okay, we can just press G and drag that back in there. Then we can boolean these two together. Okay, and we've got this strange shape in here. And then you can scale it up if you want. You can move it around. So if I want to move that down further, I can just pull that across like that. And G, and we can move it down like that. And now I've got that hanging out of there. Okay, so alrighty, we've done some modeling. This is all very basic modeling, and it's been very quick. To achieve this in a poly modeling software would have taken quite a lot longer than what we've just spent doing this. Let's say we want to add some crazy details. Okay, so maybe this is a jet engine or something like that. So we'll pull this in like that all the way through. Okay, and we've got our crazy shape coming up here. All right, so we're getting some really like spacey kind of jet engine thing, and then it might have the blades or something in here for some kind of fan, and we want to pull this in, scale it, and then we can just rotate it around the center like that, and boom, we've got something kind of complicated. Maybe there's some crazy cables that need to help this operate, some fuel cables or something like that. So we could get a circle on here. Okay, pull that circle down, and then we can choose 4. We can go Control-Shift-C, choose that, and Control-Shift-V and paste it anywhere else we like, and it'll adhere to the surface. Okay, and then we can take a bridge curve and we can mess around with that like so, and then we can subdivide it. We can pull this down if we like, make it hang a little bit lower. All right, and then we just need to click P on that, and we've got a pipe. And very quickly we've built up a hard surface model, and then all we need to do is take it into Blender with our Plasticity plugin. There we've got it in Blender. We can see it in a different matte cap, and then you can do all sorts of things from here. You could whatever you like, really. So really, this is why Plasticity is so cool for me, because as you can see, in about 10 minutes I've made some kind of object. I wasn't even planning on what I was going to make, and it just looks really cool, and I haven't put much effort into it at all. And Plasticity is just totally amazing for when it comes to this kind of stuff. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next one, which will be coming in the next few days, possibly at the weekend. So if you haven't already, like, sub, and comment on the video. All right, see you next time.